Hello everyone, welcome back to another Smart Money Sundays. Now I know before you guys kill me, I know it's Thursday, but it's the start of the new month. Have not been trading this week except a small position I took on Monday. But today I believe is the day I will be trading, today and tomorrow, mainly because if I go over news, is where we have the major high impact news. So today's Thursday. We will have monetary ECB interest rate news, and then on Friday we're going to have NFP and a bunch of other news as well. But this is where most of my the setups I'm going to go over will come into fruition, I believe, today and tomorrow. Hence why I'm making this video up for you guys, and nice and early. It's 5 a.m. here in London, so pre London actually. So I just wanted to get this out to you. But first, I know normally we start with the DXY, but today we're going to start off with BTC, as that's the first position I've actually currently triggered into. Now, this actual current play I actually shared in the Telegram. Okay, so if you're not actually in that, I recommend you're in the public free Telegram. I've been sharing a bit more crypto plays in there recently, and I'll continue to do so. So please check that out in the description, in the link. It's absolutely free, so some free extra value for you guys. But yeah, other than that, let's just get right into it. So these are the main range plays I've been looking at. I've been waiting for a push into 102.4 before looking for high time frame longs into 108. Now this was my initial analysis on Monday. Okay, but so what you'll actually notice now is this is still valid, by the way. I'm still looking for a push into 102, but what price has actually been doing is building a sort of order flow into this key level. Okay, so what we actually end up seeing on Monday was a swipe of these lows, which is I actually end up catching a long on some alts here into the upper bounds of this range. But that's the only position I've taken thus far this week. But as you can see, what we end up doing is swiping that low, creating new highs, taking out this selling region where we made these new lows, before basically having a slow compression, right? A slow momentum into this key level. So what I'm looking for currently is price for either one, retest 104,600, which is the monthly open level, before we see, basically, as I've illustrated here, before we see a break of internal structure and a push rotation back into the range highs, and then the extended push into 107, 108 key level, where I'll be taking profits on my longs. Now, if you could, I'll illustrate here. I'm actually currently already in these longs, as you can see here. Again, if price actually pushes down, right, because we could see a swipe of this low. If price actually pushes down and we see a reclaim of the monthly, what I will do is add into these longs better entry price before looking to target the Tuesday highs, and then extended target is obviously the 108 key region, where I'm expecting price to actually rotate into today or tomorrow. Okay, before I actually start looking for the main shorts, because you have to remember, my idea is that we still will see a rejection from this 107, 108 key level. So that's the game plan for BTC, and this is the main position I'm in currently. I've not entered any other positions, but that I will go over. But that's the game plan for BTC and crypto as a whole. What I will do is cover ETH now as well. So ETH is a similar sort of scenario, but it's moving a bit slower. But I'm gonna basically cover the lower time frame, because I don't want to be here for a long time. Basically, I just want to be concise and straight to the point. Ideally, want to see a sort of a retest into the daily. It likely won't, if we are bullish, won't likely come to the daily. Likely just come just above it before we see a push back into 26. Now this is where I'll be interested in taking shorts. I'm not currently longing ETH, only BTC, but I will look to, upon weakness, will look to short this puppy into new lows, ideally into 2500 in the previous or into June monthly opening is where I'll be looking to short this puppy into. Okay, as long as this high holds, these shorts are very, very much valid. First target is 2570, second target is 2526, basically where the monthly open is. Okay, just to illustrate that there. But that's the game plan for ETH. Okay, now Solana I'll cover as well very, very briefly. I'm looking for, now this is Solana, this is the range I'm looking for, or we have in Solana. Solana looks very, very weak. We had basically swipe of the previous high, right? Almost a tap of the yearly level, which is very, very crucial. And then a breakdown below the range. And then we had the extension push down lower. Now, what I'm currently looking for, similar to ETH and BTC, is a potential push either into 160, where we hold here, right? And then where we actually come back, rotate back into the range lows, which is 144, or we push up higher, okay, and then break down below this level, and then we'll actually push lower, likely into the 140 region, before we see any significant bounce on Solana. Now, this is the idea I have mapped across a lot of different alts. Now, alts are a bit different because of the volatility, but that I won't cover here. That I cover only in my premium groups and with the students, as well as my game plan for positioning. But this is the overall game plan I have. Now let's push over to DXY. Now, right, so I've gone over crypto. Now let's do dollar. Now, so basically the dollar has broken out. Let's do a 3-day to illustrate this a little easier. The dollar has broken out of a 2-year range. We've taken out the lows. Okay, now what will end up happening with that is once we stabbed and took out all this liquidity, price had a bounce, right? Naturally, we had a bounce, which I believe I covered into 101. Okay. Again, now guys, I do give high time frame analysis on Telegram as well, more frequently. So in the public Telegram, that is. So please do check that out. Now, what we've currently seen is we had this sort of imbalance where price has basically come into. Now, two things can happen here, right? Which is in essence my game plan. Scenario one, we swipe out this low, which I think is less likely, but if it does happen, you wait for a reclaim, okay, of that of $97 region, and then you long into basically range highs. Okay, that's a swing target. Ideally, you want to climb out of positions at 99 and the $100 region. Okay, but that's scenario one. Scenario two, which I think is more likely, is we took out the internal low and this level holds, and then we see a reclaim of the weekly and monthly. As long as price holds here, okay, I think we will push back into the $100, rotate back into the $100 region, and then look for a retest of 101 key level. Okay, so that's sort of the idea I have for dollar. Now, given these two plans, this is what I'll be waiting for: either a trigger of the lows, okay, trigger of that low, or a reclaim of the weekly and monthly open of June. Okay, because remember on Friday we also have NFP as well. So that's mainly the two triggers I have for the dollar. Now, USD CHF. Now, this is so the game plan I had a few weeks back, where I was looking for price to tap into this level before a resurgence into this high time frame POI, which is exactly what happened. Now, currently what we've seen is, if we refine this a little further, price is actually, after doing that, price has pushed up right into that level, respected it. If I refine these levels a bit, then we've had a sort of a slow pullback and an internal, swipe of the low. Now, given, again, similar idea, if this low holds, because we could just swipe a low back before reclaiming it, but if this does happen, ideally same thing, see a reclaim of this level, and then look for longs into swing highs there. Okay, very, very simple idea. If that's what happens, this is the sort of setup I'll be looking for on USD CHF. Similar to EU, right? We've basically had this is think of this as a liquidity pocket, right? You had one high and a second high, right? This is a technical wick as well, so this is liquidity. We took that out. Okay, now given that this level holds, okay, we'll likely see a push down to target this low here. Okay, 1.12. Okay, and from here is where I'll be looking for a bounce play. Okay, but ideally just playing the range here. Okay, because we do have a bit of a gap here at 111. So this is sort of the idea. I am basically favoring shorts on EU, as it's negatively correlated. So when the dollar is strong, look for shorts on EU. And given with the ECB news today, we could likely see a spike up as well on EU before we actually push down. But this is sort of the idea I have coming into EU. The game plan is still very much the same. the safest play is wait for the a push down, okay, and a hold of this key level before looking for intraday shorts into 112, okay. Take out that low. The more aggressive play is wait for price to push up and then look for lower time frame confirmations here, and then you can aggressively short. You can have a better entry and a larger risk to reward as well, because your invalidation is going to be the swing high, which is 1.15. Okay, so that's sort of the game plan and the trigger. So again, I'm gonna end this here, concise and straight to the point. Again, if you guys want to join the free Telegram, link is in the description. If you want a bit more, if you want to learn how to exactly trade, and are looking for some mentorship, etc., you can actually join the free the Discord, which is mainly for students. So I'll link a description down for that below, where you can apply and whatnot. But other than that, if you saw value from this, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.